everybody, to another Marketing Momentum with Charles and Deborah. Hi, Charles.
Hi, Deb. Hi, everybody.
And today we're talking about marketing in December because we've just now, what is this, the December 3rd?
December 3rd.
Yes, which I can't believe it's December, but on the other hand, I know if I blink, it's going to be like January.
Right. Yeah.
I keep nagging my husband, it's like, get the tree up sometime, like the next 2 days, because otherwise it won't matter.
Right. Well, my brother-in-law and his family, they have a contest among he and his brothers. Whoever gets the tree up fastest. I don't know what they get, but it's a contest.
Oh, wow. That'd be a way to do it. Maybe like somebody pays for dinner for everybody else or something, or.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but the other side of the contest should be you have to take it down on time.
Yeah, that's true. I've been known to, it's like, okay, middle of December, we finally get it up, but then it's like, well, I'm going to leave it there for January and February because it looks
Right,
nice
yes.
and I like the music.
It's the Easter tree, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we just watch and the kids will say, oh, somebody's coming over. Oh, they can't come over yet because they'll see the Christmas tree, especially grandma. Oh my goodness, mother-in-law cannot come over. And watching this. I think it seems like we threw a blanket over it one year, I think, when she came over. So that was a tree. Oh, I don't know what that is in the corner. Let's see. The kids are packing for college or something.
Shaped like a tree.
Exactly. Oh, wow. So now how do you find that because you've been in business for a while, Charles, how do you find that December affects your marketing?
There've been two different periods. There's one where I was probably on the wrong end of December. I get into December and just kind of be flustered about the fact that I sell things that are digital, and I guess I kind of felt like people wanted things physical, and and then for years, and my friend Dwayne, for all those same years, he'd have a Christmas sale, and I just think that doesn't work. And so, one year I was just thinking, okay, I'll just try it. And I never went as far as he did, put a Santa hat on and just kind of, but I guess it's like everything else. And I can't remember who talked about it, but having a calendar and really just trying to get into talking about things that are in that same season, but yet market the same things that you've been marketing. So I can't say that I've seen dramatic results, but I have seen some. And I guess the other thing is too, I was just thinking about this today, and I guess we can talk about this is the idea of coming into Black Friday, and even when you have digital assets that you're selling, do you take your digital assets and quote mark them down? And I'm kind of starting to feel like I didn't do that this year. I my intuition was to it's December, it's Christmas, and you kind of feel like, okay, I should have something for Christmas and mark it down because it's Black Friday going into Christmas. But I'm almost thinking that if I try to be like the retailers, right, that maybe December is the time to introduce something that's totally new and just bring it in really low and then bring it up to the regular price in January.
Ooh,
and I'll have to do that next year.
I like that, where you're still doing a low price item, but it's the starter price instead of having to take something regular.
Yeah, I'm sensitive to that now, that because I kind of get, you kind of get a little, apple in your throat when, you see something you paid, $50 for, and then it's $7 in a fire sale. You're kind of thinking, well, nah, next time I'm not gonna get the launch price. I'm gonna wait until December, right?
You're exactly right on that one. I haven't tracked it, because if I tracked it, then there'd be people not getting sales. but I know what you mean by it's like, wow, I paid full price. Or like Camtasia. I love Camtasia. The one from Mac is $99. But I got it for $49, which I'm glad I got it for $49. But if you watch, there's like coupons that go out. It's almost like at low sales points, and you can get this coupon for $49. So sorry, TechSmith, I'm just going to advertise this. If somebody wants Camtasia for Mac for $99, watch for the $49 coupon, because it will come out, I don't know, 2 to 3 times a year. And I might have just quoted that wrong, but it is findable.
It's out now.
Is it? Oh, well, there you go. See, now it's out now. But had I bought it at $99, since that coupon doesn't just come out on Black Friday, I've seen it come out at different times. Or I don't know if it's an Easter sale or what it is, but I would have been really upset about the extra $50 I paid.
Right. Yeah. And I use one of these graphic services. It's called what's it, Graphic Stock, and then also Video Blocks. And um, they run a Black Friday special,
Mm-hmm.
right? And Black Friday, it's almost 80% off.
So you do wait for Black Friday to stock up?
Exactly. I'm buying Black Friday every year.
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
they'll probably hear about this. They won't do it anymore. But I guess the point is, it's kind of like, I guess, in our business, it almost makes sense to me to come out with something totally new, and just have that one thing ready have that one thing ready in December, and then run it starting Black Friday, and then maybe step it up during December.
I like that idea. I like that better than just kind of waiting for that item that you want back in March and then waiting for Black Friday. I did that. I started and I thought it was a good idea. And if anyone's listening and you think it's a good idea, go for it, do it. But I would find things like I'm going through my email and then I see that I missed a Black Friday sale. Okay, so I'm a couple months later and I'm seeing something from Thanksgiving time. Then I take a note of it and say, hey, that's something that I think I want. Can I hold off until the following November? And I would put it on a calendar item on Black Friday. So then when I get to Black Friday, I'm looking at all these, like a list of URLs to go visit. Of course, I did that this year and I only picked 2 companies. And one, they changed I won't embarrass them, so I'm not gonna say that, but they changed their whole product line. So it was not the same thing. And the other company, now I'm thinking I had it wrong. Maybe they never do a Black Friday, because I watched all weekend for a sale and the sale never happened. So I don't know if that really worked or not. I wrote down 2 companies and I didn't end up buying. I think I did buy one thing from one of them, but I mean, that is a thought if you're the consumer and you want to, like what you said with the graphics company, mark it down, make a list, and then you can do your shopping on Friday. Bless you.
Well, yeah. And interestingly, now I guess I had the experience where, the coupon that was available in December was actually available in March. Also, I've had that happen. So,
that's kind of nice.
So I always just, I just check it anyway whenever I want to buy it, But as far as selling, I think it definitely works. And again, it was Dwayne that kind of changed my mind about that. Is that it's really a matter of trying to bring in the Christmas, I guess, ambiance into whatever it is, and how, whatever a person's style is, right? And to try to incorporate that, into whatever the marketing is. Now, for me, I mean, a lot of what I do is by email. So I would be talking about it. I wouldn't be doing a lot by video to try to act out Christmas, but for me to talk about it would be appropriate.
Mm-hmm. It makes a lot of sense. And, I was thinking about it as you're describing this, but psychologically, as we enter into Christmas, especially if we celebrate the whole holiday gift giving and things like that,
right?
We're going to want to give gifts to our family members and our friends, but there's things that we want. And so even if it's a business item or something that you would sell, something that I would sell, that's still a desire. It doesn't have to be perfume. It doesn't have to be, fine coffee, or it doesn't have to be a certain kind of gift. And I know that's the way I feel. I realized that when I started analyzing my own desires as far as what's on my wish list. And I thought,
right.
My wish list is not really a personal list. It's more of what I want for my office.
Right. Yeah. And these are things you've been eyeing all year. And then when it comes and really, like even I mentioned Graphic Stock and Video Blocks. I mean, those are things I really wanted. Right. And so, I wished I had been around, when I wanted it, it wasn't Black Friday. But, and so now it wouldn't make sense for me to unsubscribe and then buy it again Black Friday. But if somebody was looking around that time, I'm guessing they would just buy it every Black Friday and just subscribe every Black Friday. But that being said, I think marketing in December is like everything else. It really because when I even the idea of bringing in something and selling something new at a low price, it really does take a lot of planning, just like any other retailer would, right? And unfortunately, sometimes you know, uh, especially those of us who sell things that are digital, we sell services. It's the planning is probably a month ahead, but it really needs to be starting in January, because you've almost got to make sure the products are ready, the copy's written, it's bundled in, and come November, this new because the easiest thing to do is to take something that you've already sold and then go in and I think that's why a lot of marketers do it. A lot of information marketers do it because that's easy.
Right.
It takes more planning though to start with something that's new in December.
That makes sense. And maybe they even want to start it in October so that when they get into that, that's, they're ready to actually promote it as far as the product.
Yeah. I mean, I hear, and I mean, there are all kinds of, webinars and all kinds of stuff. Like, when it's HubSpot, they're doing their thing in October, how to get ready for Christmas and all that stuff. And that's really right. But it's almost like October is really even too late to get ready. It's kind of like at some point, even, and I think our industry has evolved, and there are a lot of us who've been in it for a while. It's at this point now where you can we probably know the cycles well enough to say, okay, now in January, I need to start mentally preparing for Black Friday, like any other retailer.
Yep. It's kind of like where they, celebrate Christmas in July. It's like a wake up call. If you haven't already, start planning for your Christmas so it doesn't just pop on top of you.
Right. No, exactly.
That makes sense.
Used to be this guy out in Philly, and his name was his store is called Crazy Eddie's. And if you Googled or if you did YouTube and you looked for Crazy Eddie's Christmas in July, I mean, this and it was electronics, and this was before the big box retailers. He was kind of like your big Best Buy, but he was just some dude, right? And so this guy was an amazing promoter, and he would do every year. They would do Christmas in July, and his videos are hilarious. But they were selling stuff hand over fist in July at Crazy Eddie's.
Does he still do that?
I don't even think he's still in business.
Okay.
I mean, because probably Best Buy drove him out. But those videos are all on YouTube. Crazy Eddie's Christmas in July. They were selling stuff by truckload at that point.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Now after Marketing Momentum, I'm going to go search for that on YouTube and check that out. Maybe an inspiration to the rest of us on what we can do.
Right.
He's probably back retiring or something, and his Cuban cigar or whatever he's doing out there.
Probably having July and Christmas now.
Yeah,
right?
there we go. Exactly. Well, the other thing about December too is preparing for January, because January is always, at least what I've experienced, people want to do new things. They want to do new things for themselves. They want to do new things for their business. This is time to get fit. This is time to start a new team. And I had a wonderful January. This year, we started up some, I don't know how many different teams I had at all these team meetings, and it kind of fizzled out, which is actually pretty normal. It's the same thing with when you start the gym and you're going every day, and then pretty soon it's, April and what gym, So, but December, if people are looking forward to that kind of an influx, or if they have a product that works well for people reinventing themselves or reinventing their business, this is a good month to make sure that that's all in order too.
I've been reading now, as a result of you really looking into her, Tiffany Lambert. So I'm kind of reading her, newsletter, and one of the things she has been talking about is that, for things that are going to be ready in January, well, really around about the second week in December, at least her product line, you've almost got to be selling it to the marketer so that they'll be ready for the first week in January, which again kind of means it's got to be done by now. And then it really needs to almost be launched like this week for the marketer to buy it. They've got 3 weeks to use it and get ready for January, but all that stuff that you're talking about, which is I'm going to be more productive, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to, I'm going to be super profit, all that stuff
Mhm.
now is now the time to kind of, hit that stuff out there.
Yep. Yep. But it's hard to balance that when you have, it's like, oh, I want to be with my family. Oh, I want to go to all these parties. Oh, I want to do my business. Oh, I want to get ready for January. It's like trying to decide what's the most important. And
Right.
that decision is probably best made, it's great to say it now, but probably best made before December. So you know what your priorities are and you can balance.
It is. And I guess, you kind of want to not be, I guess you don't want to be in hustle mode. It's hard to be in hustle mode between Thanksgiving and Christmas, whether or not you celebrate or not. I don't think it has anything to do with celebration, because traditionally this year seems like it's different because typically people have kind of shut down around about December. Man, it was going kind of nuts.
Like at the retail?
Well, no, I'm just talking about in our world. I mean, nobody's shutting down.
Wow, that is different. Because I know that all the time that I was in corporate America and I was in technology, and this was always the time that you hardly ever saw anyone in the office. Okay, I hope they're not listening right now. But it's like, oh, this is vacation time. But it was the best time for me to revamp things and replace computers and do all this computer work. And so I would, but then at the end of December, and I would tuck Christmas right in there with the family. But at the end of December, I always thought, man, I really need a vacation. You guys just took the whole month off to go shopping and enjoy yourself. And I am exhausted because I worked not just 8-hour days, but like 12-hour days to get all this done because all I was focused on was make sure the company is ready to run in January. But I did that for, 6 years. And I decided, okay, there's got to be a balance to this because I can't burn myself out doing this just because there's a lull. But yeah, there's different pockets of, depending on where people are at as far as kind of taking that little lull. But you're saying you're not seeing that on the online end.
Haven't seen it.
Wow.
Have not seen it. I mean, I think it stopped. And I guess maybe because, it's things are a lot more global now. So just because the US, slows down doesn't mean, the rest of the world's not celebrating Thanksgiving. You're kind of like, okay, well, Thanksgiving for you. Right. I'm selling.
I had to keep remembering to post a note. It's like, okay, in the US, this day is the holiday. I'm not in the office.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so I remember I was talking to somebody, I said, well, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't live in the United States, so I'll be selling.
I think sometimes we forget that too. I think of it because I have family. It's like half my family's in Canada because I'm half Canadian, half American. So I think of it because I think of like Canadian Thanksgiving or Dominion Day, which isn't called Dominion Day anymore. Which that one's easy because that one's only 3 days before 4th of July. So that's just celebratory week. But I think of those things because there's different holidays, and I'm sure that people that have moved here from other countries think of it remembering their own holidays and stuff. But I think we as Americans can sometimes forget that we're not the center of the world, that it's not all about just the US holidays.
I looked at there's a calendar of launch announcements. I guess it's on a site called Muncheye. And for the month of December, there are launches every day. Now there's not one on December 25th, but there's one on every other day.
Wow. Even the 31st.
Even the 31st.
Wow. I bet there will be. Somebody's going to do something on the 25th that's not in the U.S. Y'all just send me the link. Now I'm curious.
Somebody's going to do something.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's your advice to people as we close this out? What's your advice to people?
Well, okay. So if you I guess if you haven't started yet, right? And I would be careful about what I discounted. And I would say that you want to maintain, if your business is dependent on a relationship that you have through digital means like an email list, I think you want to be careful about what you discount at this time. And I would almost take a look at maybe something that just did not sell. And I know that that's almost counterproductive. Rather than take your top seller and then discounting, because that just means if it's your top seller, you're looking at all the people that bought it from you already, and you're just really kind of, you're just really kind of sticking it to the eye and sticking it in the eye to them, and they're going to think twice about, they're going to think twice about when you come again with an offer and saying, hey, you know what, you've got to act now on this. So that's one thing. I guess the other thing is that if there is something that is, I would almost say, there's a friend of mine, his name is Dave Iego, and he did something a little while ago that he called the unfinished WSO. And I don't know if he did it in December or not. I would almost take something that is not quite finished if it's new, and then offer that, and then offer to finish it later, so that you give people the opportunity to come in at a discount, they get the low price, and then you can actually bring them up into it. And I just know as a customer, I don't feel too good if you sold me something at $10 and you fire sale it at Black Friday. I would be a little miffed at you, right? Just a little bit, and I would think twice about buying from you again. So my thing would be, try to find a way to bring something new in December if you still can. Even if you have something that's half finished, bring people into it and then finish it later.
That's a great idea. I totally agree with you, because I've had those feelings against retailers, and it's like, okay, stop, forgive them, move on, but it's better if you don't get all those icky feelings and lack of trust in the middle of it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, excellent. Thank you, Charles. This has been a delightful conversation. Very helpful.
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Deb.
And we'll see all of you same time, same place next week.
Bye-bye, everybody.